What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Lead Love Tech, where we make it our goal to help you integrate technology in your classroom in the most effective way possible. Today, we got Padlet Unleashed. We're talking about how to use Padlet in your classroom to spark more creativity and more student creation. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and see how we can use this awesome tool in a few ways in our classroom. All right, guys, so let's jump right in. I want to share two examples with you on how to engage your students with Padlet and how to get those creativity juices flowing with your kids. Because we know when kids are creating, kids are learning. So go to Padlet.com for us. We're here at the dashboard, and the first thing we're going to play around with is the Maps feature in Padlet. So we got a lot of ideas for both of these features in Padlet in the description below. Just click on that link and we'll give you some detailed ways how you can use this in any subject, basically across all grade levels. So stick with me. We're going to make our first idea here. Under the recipes, we have map. So go to recipes. If you don't see it, we're going to do view all, but we're going to click map here because we see it, and you'll see something that looks kind of like a Google map. You can zoom in really close, zoom out. We can scroll the globe, find any location we want. We're going to close this out over here. Don't show it again. All right. Now, let's say you're a social studies teacher and you're teaching World War II, and you want your students to create a Padlet board of a map like this of all the key events in World War II that happened. Let's take Pearl Harbor, for example. You know they need to have that on their map. We want to come down here to this plus button and let's search Pearl Harbor. Padlet immediately finds Pearl Harbor and recognizes it for us, so we're going to select it. What that's going to do is drop that pin when we get done with our formatting here. Now, as a student, I go, okay, Pearl Harbor. What was so important about Pearl Harbor? Well, first of all, click 13. Now, there are more images or more features here. As a student, I'm a visual student. So maybe I say, hey, Pearl Harbor, I'm going to share this with my classmates. I know they may want to see what that looks like. So go to image and I want to type Pearl Harbor. Now I can search images here. I can also search for YouTube videos or GIFs or Spotify, web pages, whatever it may be, but we're going to stick with images, Pearl Harbor. And I'm going to clear that actually because I needed just Pearl Harbor, not Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Pearl Harbor, there we go. So now we see images here. So as a student, I go, oh, okay, I want this. I think my classmates really are going to understand what happened at Pearl Harbor with this image because I'm going to tell them what's happening. Japanese attack. My description can be, here is where the Japanese attacked the United States and pulled us into the war. Now I have it how I want. I want to publish that. It drops it at the exact Pearl Harbor location. So if I zoom out, here is Pearl Harbor in relation to the world. Imagine having little drop points at Normandy, where D-Day was. Maybe anywhere Cuba, Cuban Missile Crisis, if you're studying that. If you're in a book report, I won't go any more into it because check out that link below. But that's how you can use the map feature. And remember, a lot more than video or images can go here. You can have YouTube videos, students talking. A lot of things can go in the place of just an image. Great engagement going on here in creation by students. All right, now let's take our next example. We're going to do a podcast. So we want our students to create a podcast. We are on the Padlet page. We go to blank board. Now what we can do is we can set this up as a teacher and share this Padlet page with our students. We're going to say this is a podcast board. We want it to be on a shelf. So come down here for sections and let's just put it on shelf. And I like to keep it at wall, but you can make it a timeline where everything goes straight across. So you can change up your layout if you want to, or just keep it on the original one. Now we click done. And now what you can do here is you can add as many sections as you want for students to post underneath these sections. You can have it laid out for grade or for classes, for topics, whatever it may be. Share this Padlet page though once you get it set up to students. And now as a student, I can come in and go, hey, I'm going to add a post. We are studying Romeo and Juliet. And my teacher asked me to record a podcast about what I learned about Romeo and Juliet. So I click that 13 plus button and I come straight to audio recorder. And now it's waiting for me to record my first podcast. Of course, this is you would have kids doing a little bit of pre-work here, writing out a script and doing some research, whatever their podcast may be over. And then they would come in and actually record. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Sounds good, right? Pause. Now, playback and save. I can listen to my recording to get it just the way I want to. So if I need to disregard it or discard it and restart, I can. I think I sound good. So I'm going to save that. And now I can publish. Notice your students' podcast will have their name attached to it. And now what's cool is you can share this board with your entire class and they can listen to their classmates and learn from each other and drop comments on each other's podcast if you keep that feature available. So if I'm a student, I listen to this and I go, sounds great. Post. And my classmates can talk to me or give me feedback. By the way, we just click play, record. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Sounds good, right? And that's how they would play. Simple. And there is our example of a podcast and promoting student creativity with Padlet. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us. I hope you come back to Lead Love Tech for more great ideas on how to engage your students in the classroom.